Oh, okay, apologies for forgetting to start the stream. I forgot that I didn't have it set to auto start. I never have it set to auto start. So yeah, I forgot to press go live. That's what happens when I take a shower before stream, something that I try not to do. My head gets all like fuzzy and my throat gets sore, which is annoying. But yeah, let me restart the stream again. I didn't realize that I forgot to press the start button. So yeah, apologies for that. I just got out of the shower. So, recreating Animal Crossing features. So for the super strength, I was wondering why no one was joining, and I was like, why does it say no view? Why does it say like a blink for the viewers? And it was like, that's why. So yeah, apologies for that. This is what happens when I stream right after taking a shower, but I had to wash my hair because I'm really short on time today. So yeah, I try not to take a shower before streams because this is what happens. I always make like silly mistakes like that. So yeah, apologies for that. So yeah, let me just put that in chat. So yeah, apologies for getting to press the start, but I didn't realize it. Yeah, I didn't realize it didn't press start. Okay, so yeah, recreating Animal Crossing New Horizons features. Like it says, like, yeah, the first time I took a shower before streaming, I forgot to put on my headphones, and I was wondering why I couldn't hear nothing. I was like, the audio wasn't working. But yeah, I just forgot to put on headphones. I remembered headphones this time, and I should have like a checklist for myself, so in the event that I do, let's take a shower before stream again, like in case I do everything correctly. But anyway, we're making super strength. The food super strength, recreating Animal Crossing features. The food super strength, the food counter. So the food counter, I started making it. I'll make it again from scratch, so y'all can see the process. But like the food counter, in case y'all don't know what that is, it's pretty much from Animal Crossing. It's like when you eat a fruit, it adds one to your the counter, which gives you the ability to dig up rocks or chop down trees. Or not chop down trees, to dig up a rock or dig up a tree in one hit. And then if you don't want to accidentally dig up trees or rocks, you could just like sit on the toilet and the fruits will go away. And then we'll be doing at least one reaction, so that surprise emote, maybe more if I have time or if I'm feeling good. I'm sort of like stressed, I don't have enough time to do everything before school. So I was at the store getting craft supplies. I'm trying to work on this art project that I'm trying to finish before school. Any other ideas that you get from the chat? If you get more ideas from chat, we probably won't be doing more emotes. And then in terms of announcements, during the school year, I'll be streaming once a month. Because I gotta focus on school, I gotta focus on my grades, all that. So I already made this, in case you're wondering how I made it. If you're good with visuals or like menu UI, you could probably already tell. I use sticker panel. Sticker panel is the best way to get clean looking UI. So I did it rounded like this, because in the game, it's rounded. And then I use sticker panel for the apple shape. Actually, let me do the outline for this first. So for the outline, let me change the color because it's gonna be automatically orange. Then I'll just lower the brightness. And then that should be everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The neon frame is an effect material. I'm pretty sure you get it from story mode. Yeah, the Mega Wood theme, so like they use it for like the neon stuff that they have going on in there. So if you beat like the first world, which isn't required for LBP 3 apparently. I didn't know that, but like only in the in the early games, like LBP 1 and 2, and Vita. I think LBP 3 is the only game that doesn't require you to beat story mode before accessing fate mode and community. But yeah, for the apple stem, I use like this chalk thing. If my throat sounds a bit sore again, it's because I just got out of the shower. But like, I use the chalk line to create the stem. And I just rotated it like this, I made sure it was in the center. And then to make it thicker, I just copy and pasted it again. And then I decided to like add a dot in the middle later on, so I just did like another piece of sticker panel. And I placed a white sticker on it. And then I just made it orange. The same shade of orange that I made this. I had like a reference image on my phone. I'll show you the image one more time so you know where I'm getting this apple from. But it's pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much this right here. I'll set it to full screen so maybe you can see it better. But it's pretty much that right there. That apple right there is what I was trying to recreate. I'm just trying to make sure the dot is like the right size. That it's in the right position and all that. But yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, so that's it for the visuals. For the actual logic, the note tool has this feature. You don't have to use the note tool, you can use a custom font. Like if you're trying to do something like this in LBP 2, you can use a custom font. Using a custom font is actually better because that way you could do the color changing without the whole streaking effect that the note tool has. So if I just get rid of this background and set this to white, then I have to change the font so it looks more realistic to what actually is in the game. And then signal strength, and we make sure the maximum is 10. And then the suffix is basically what's at the end, so it should display out of 10, which I typed in earlier. And I gotta make sure this is set to text only. Okay, that's good. So we're gonna have that displaying at the corner of your screen. So let me just set that up right now. So basically, like if you cut this out, you get like the size of your screen, or like the shape of your screen, or at least something close to it. So I'm just gonna make this invisible. And then I'll need a follower, and then I'm gonna glue the HUD to that. So I need this to be right in the middle. or like at least as close to the middle as I could get it. And then I don't want to change the layer. Okay, apparently that's too big. I didn't want to like mess up the size of this. Okay, I'm gonna have to make this smaller. Okay, I'm just gonna do a thing where it's like off to the side. Now I'll just use a game camera to just zoom out the camera a bit, or do I need to zoom in or not? Okay, yeah, that's good. So if I have it hanging on the edge of that, it should show up just fine. Okay, I need to move it down a bit, and then I need to shrink it, and then set it to text only. Even though I'm pretty sure I already set to that. I already had it set to that, but I guess I didn't. And I'll have to change the size of the text. Something here is set to static probably, so I have to set all this just dynamic so it could actually move. Alright, there we go. I think that was the issue. Alright, so there we go. Now it displays the fruit counter. Just gonna move that a little bit. And then I'll move this down. think that would this would work better if I add a game camera, so I'm gonna do that. Alright, there you go. So for the actual like eating fruit thing, no, some too far to the center. I don't have that much grass. I just place grass in midair. Alright, there we go. We're close enough now. And I'll delete all this. And that was the new one. Alright, so for the actual fruit, I'm just gonna use the fruit from the game to keep things simple. Animal Crossing does have apples, so we're gonna use that, or we could use coconuts. Do I have a coconut in my poppy? Okay, I do, but it's the wrong color. So I'm gonna just use an apple. Because I think that's the one fruit here that's actually like, that's actually in the game. So I just pressed R2 to do the, let me set the grass to be movable, yes. So that it doesn't sink in the grass like that. Okay, there we go. So now we just make this grabbable, and we make it send out a thing to increase this. I'm gonna set stabilize microchip to yes. So right here I'm gonna set this to yes. It makes it so it doesn't tilt, because or else this would happen. So that's why I gotta set that to yes. That's a feature they added in LBP3, or they might have added it in LBP beta. I'm not sure though. Trying to think if I can do this. I'm gonna move my phone out the way so I don't bump into it. Okay, so I could use a timer, I could use a sequencer. It doesn't really matter, I guess, in terms of the amount of usage. A sequencer would work better. So I'm gonna just have it set to 0.1. The tag in the destroyer can't activate at the same time, so I'm just gonna have it activate one after the other. It's gonna be a 0.5 second delay. So I'm just leaving it Animal Crossing at the top so it shows up. So yeah, to anyone that just joined, apologies for the late start. At first I was at the store later than expected, then I took a shower, and when I get out of the shower I'm all disoriented, my brain is all fuzzy, and I forgot to press the start button. Last time I forgot to put on headphones, so I try not to take showers before streams. But sometimes I'm short on time, so I have to. Alright, so for anyone that just joined right now, we're recreating Animal Crossing features. So we're doing the food super strength, so the fruit counter. So when you eat food in Animal Crossing, it gives you like super strength, which allows you to dig up trees and rocks. You could get rid of that energy by using a toilet. we're gonna be doing at least one reaction, maybe more, depending on how I'm feeling. Right now I'm feeling sort of stressed. I don't got enough time to do anything. School is in like 2 days. Announcements, school year, during the school year, I'm streaming once a month, so I can focus on my grades. So we just did the fruit counter. This is stickers. This is made out of stickers. So circles and like a curve decoration. I mean a sticker. And then this is the note tool. And it's set to text only. So it only displays that. And then 0 to out of 10. So, and the max value is 10. So when you grab this, it makes it start playing forwards. And then we're just gonna have a remote tag sensor. We're gonna have it set to Animal Crossing eat food, so when we eat food it should go up by 1. So of course we need a counter. So let me show you how that works. So first with our preview mode. Oh, I forgot to make this grabbable. And also I should probably make the grass not grabbable, so I don't accidentally grab the grass. Okay, now we can't grab the grass, but when you grab this, it goes up by 1. There's like a sound effect for that, isn't there? I could probably find like a similar sounding one in retro. In the retro category. I forget how it actually sounds. So if I just like watch the video, I guess. Okay, so basically I mean the sound effect doesn't have to be perfect. I think we're just gonna do that one. And then I'll show you what it looks like with the logic. And for the destroyer, we're just gonna do like the strength effect. Because that's most similar to what they have in the game, that have it like gradually changing size. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me show you what it looks like now with the logic. So let me show you this part first by itself. So when we grab this, the apple's right here. So let me unpause it. When we grab this, it activates real quick. Just for demonstration purposes, I'll set it to 1 second or 2 seconds so you can see it clearly. So it activates the tag and then it destroys it. It won't activate at the same. It won't activate the tag if it's getting destroyed at the same time. So that's why I have this. I could use 2 timers, or I guess I could. Or like I think I would only need 1 timer, but like that's the way to do it too. I normally use the timers for this. actually want there to be a delay because it's like adding one at the same time. Like I think in the game, it's not at the same time that you grab it. It's like a delay. Like obviously we can't add that delay on the sequence. I mean, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Let me look at that one more time. Yeah, it's a really minor issue. Either way, if I like copy and paste this, you can see it like go up multiple times. And of course there are foods in the game. In the 2.0 update, they added like foods and drinks. I think that's more than 10. And then it would turn red, but of course you can't change color. You shouldn't even be able to eat if it's at 10. So let's add in that right now. So if it's 10, so we're gonna have a tag called full, and then we're gonna have a remote tag sensor. And sorry, I got a bit distracted there. School year is starting, and I'm thinking about the first day. What was I doing? Full, yes. First day is on Tuesday. I don't even have all my notebooks. I have to buy my stuff before class. I only got 2 notebooks because I went shopping last minute yesterday. Like, let's just call it full stomach. When you have a full stomach. And then for this, you can use a broadcast chip. I did this in my last stream. Not my last stream, my mosquito live stream. We used the broadcast chip. So I think we're gonna do the same thing here. All of this logic should be in the broadcast chip. That pretty much makes it that if I decide to add changes, I could just do that. I could do that easily without having to delete and copy and paste all the time. So for anyone that is joined right now, we're making the strength ability from Animal Crossing. When you eat fruit, it gives you strength. And I just remembered something I did in my previous stream that would make this way easier. So if you place all of this, the fruit logic on the broadcast chip and have it broadcast to the tags, then I don't have to keep copying and pasting. I could just make changes real time. It's sort of like the save to play mode thing. It's sort of like how in Little Planet 2, they added like an option to the emitter to save changes. So let's just call this fruit. We're gonna have a different one for each food type. So for food, it will add 5, and then for drinks it will add 3. But this is the logic for adding 1. Yeah, so for a sequencer, that's good. So I just have to make sure this is broadcasting to fruits. And it should be everything in the level. So all in range. And broadcasting to fruit. Where's the tag option? It's probably right in front of me. I swear. Oh yeah, it's right here. So yeah, we're gonna have it broadcast this fruit. And this will make it way easier, so I don't have to keep. Let me change that label actually. I wanted to say Animal Crossing fruit, so it says it goes at the top next to all my other labels. And then of course I'll have to change the one for that. For anyone that just joined, we're making the strength ability from Animal Crossing. When you eat a fruit, it adds 1 to the strength, which I'll demonstrate as soon as I actually change the tag label. Alright, there we go. So yeah, right now I'm about to make it so you can't eat anymore if you're full. Because if I copy and pasted it, it would still let me eat. So I could just make that change and any other changes I want to make real time now without having to copy and paste and delete. So we need a remote tag sensor, and we're gonna set it to full. In the game, it actually changes colors to red, but I don't want to. I might, if I were to use a custom font, I would do that, but it's like kind of annoying to do that with the note tool. So when you're full, I need an AND gate. So when you're not full, Probably not key. So when you're grabbing this, or I guess I could invert it, but I don't like to invert stuff because it makes my logic harder to read. So I just used to not get. So when you grab this, and when you're not full, then you should be able to eat. And this is the thing for eating. The tag and destroyer cannot activate at the same time. It will sit, the tag straight up won't activate if it's being destroyed. So that's why I have the tag activate first, then the destroyer. It's like a 0.5 second delay. So, I'm gonna copy and paste this. That's definitely more than 5, which is what we want. Alright, so. Okay, we can grab it, but we can't eat it. It would be cool if we displayed a message. Again, I don't have to copy and paste it again. I could just... If you're broadcasting to like 50 different things, by the way, it helps to have this out of the way and then open this. And then you won't have the issue of all of them opening at once. Because if you have like 50 of these, like I did when I was making my cone ice snow cone, it's gonna cause a lot of lag. Your game might freeze, it will be really annoying. If you broadcast like 50 things, your game could actually crash if you try to save an object to your puppet. Like if you try to save something to your puppet, anything in your level, your game could crash if you're broadcasting to like 50 different things. So just keep that in mind. I had to like have another account come in and save stuff. Like I just had my cousin, I had like another controller with my cousin's account just so I could save stuff without my profile corrupting. I should probably do that anyway if I'm nervous about my profile corrupting. Yeah, that was annoying. I was working on like a contest entry and that kept happening. So I'll add another ingot here to make it so. Let me just reorganize this. I'm gonna place this in the corner. All the properties and stuff should be out of the way of the main logic. I don't think I need to copy and paste this. Okay, if you grab this and you're full, it should display a message. Let me see what that message is actually. I have my switch right here. I want the message to be accurate. It's probably something like you can't eat anymore because you're full. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm legit just about to get a food out of my thing. Oh, red is here. It's because the firework thing. And there's like a balloon floating over my crafting area. I don't know if I could shoot that down without destroying it accidentally. Because my area is really cluttered. Okay, cool. It went over this thing. That's cool. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. Reception counter, cool. But anyway, if I go into my inventory, y'all can't see my switch, and I know that it'd be cool if my capture card was set up the way before, so I could just switch over. But pretty much, I'm just gonna test to see what the message actually is when you eat too much. Which means I have to craft something. So if I made like pumpkin pie or something, or really anything. My inventory is full. Okay, so I gotta clear that out first. But yeah, I'm trying to set this up so I can recreate it accurately for y'all. I mean, I don't really need to. Alright, so I just want to see what the message is. Because if I tried to eat a fruit while I'm full, it should like pop up messages. I want to see exactly what it is, so it's accurate to the game. So when you eat a food, you actually get 5. It like adds it real fast. It also turns it red. We can't really simulate here. I'm so full I couldn't possibly eat anything else. Okay, that's it. That was slightly unnecessary for me to do that, but I just want to see what the exact message is. So it said I'm so full I couldn't possibly eat more. Eat anything else. And that's what it says. Okay. Speaking of eating, I'm about to go to a dinner next week. So it's a good thing I'm not streaming until September, because I would have to cancel my stream anyway if I had a stream next week, because I'm going to like a dinner. It's about to have good food. It's like a birthday dinner for like one of my dad's friends. Okay, if you try to eat now, it does this. It should display like a thing. I forgot to set it to infinite. I guess, yeah. I'm so full I couldn't possibly eat anything else. Oh yeah, it should be set to like 1 shot or something, right? Look, let's see that changes it. Okay, yeah. So anyway, the actual like getting rid of the food, we're gonna make this the shovel thing. But like since we're full, let me just show you how the getting rid of food thing works. So we're just gonna make a toilet real quick. So if we make the bathtub small and then paint it white, that could, and then like add a lid, of course that could pass as a toilet. It's sort of going out of order here, because I said I was gonna do the super shovel, then the toilet. But like since we're on the subject of making this full, of like being full, that's what we're gonna do for now. Okay, yeah, and then we need a sitting in a mission. And I'm gonna paint all of this way as well. It's not a very good looking toilet, but then again I'm not using a reference image. I don't really need to. I know what a toilet looks like, and plus I'm not making this into like a full level or anything like that. doesn't look very good. Because it's like the whole layer thing. We could use decoration mounts. We have time. Like what, the stream started at 5:45. We only have one reaction to do. So yeah, 5:45. I'm trying to stream for at least 2 hours. So yeah, since that looks horrible, let's just use decoration mounts. So because you could use the cylinder decoration, and if you set it to scale to the top and then like rotate it, it will go at the top, and it will be centered. That's what I mean. It will be centered. So like it will be centered no matter where you place it. So I'm just testing that out to make sure it works. Okay, we could actually change the in and out of this. Make this a little bit taller. And then we'll just do the same thing for the bottom over here. I'm assuming it's at the center, but I don't know for sure. So let me just check. Yeah, it probably was centered. Okay, I could have centered, I just wasn't sure. And also you could only use the decoration mount if your game is on pause, in case y'all ever had issues with that. Just want to make sure this is centered. And then of course I have to have a layer of cardboard. And then we could do animations. There's this animation. I forget what it's called though. I'm pretty sure it's miscellaneous. And we just set this to invisible. wasn't sure if that was good or not. I'm just gonna make these less bright because obviously this isn't the same shade of white as this. Okay, I think 65. I mean 85 should be good. Okay. So when you sit on the toilet, so I'm just gonna have a broadcast chip on that so it puts the animation on your character. So I have to find the animation first, and then I'll do the logic. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in the miscellaneous category. I'm gonna get out of the sack box so I can actually see the animations. Because if I don't remember what it's called, then that won't help me. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's in miscellaneous, maybe one of the story characters. I was pretty sure it was in miscellaneous though. It's like you're jumping and sitting. That's the one that I'm looking for. I just forget what it's called. It's not that one, although it looks like it. Look, if we can't find it, we could just use a basic sitting animation. You wish you could watch this right now, but you have to sleep. It's 1:32 a.m. for me. But yeah, that's alright. Get some sleep, especially if it's school for you. So yeah, that's understandable. You could always watch it later. It will be up later. It will still be up. You should be able to find it in the live section of my channel. But yeah, thanks for joining anyway. I got school pretty soon and I should be getting to sleep. I should practice getting to sleep. I'm in practice getting to sleep early. I just got a lot of stuff to do though. Like stuff I want to get done before the school year. Yeah, I wish I could sleep. But nah. But I'm trying to get to bed early tonight though. But yeah, we're just gonna do a basic sitting animation since I can't find the animation that I was thinking of. I'll probably find it later. We're pretty much just gonna make it so that when you're in contact with this surface right here, so all in contact, then it's gonna play this animation, and then after that we need a timer. The timer's gonna activate a tag, and that tag is gonna make our counter go down. So we have like this food counter. Right now I could make it manually going down. Let me show you how it works actually. So let me set it to 0. So we have this thing where we eat the apple. And I'm making it so after 10 you can't eat anymore. But you should be able to get rid of that food energy if you want to get rid of it. So school starts on the 15th September. Oh, that's cool. I remember there was like a year where school started after Labor Day. By the way, how long have I been playing Little Planet to be so good at this? I've been playing since 2011, but of course I was only a kid, so I wasn't focused on logic when I was like 7. But like I started trying to actually get good at logic. Like I got good over time. Like create mode has always been like my favorite part. I was always just like fooling around making random stuff, but I didn't like get good at logic until 2021 because that's when I discovered Little Planet Central, which actually shut down like a few months after I discovered it. But like luckily this dude Handfi, shout out to him, he archived it so I could still read the tutorials. And I pretty much I did not have social media on my phone back then. I didn't get social media until 2022. So when I was bored, I went on Little Planet Central and read Little Planet tutorials. I also watched Confirmacy on YouTube. So yeah, just watching tutorials when I was bored as opposed to social media. Nowadays I just go through Reddit and Twitter when I'm bored. But back then I read tutorials. But yeah, I've been playing Little Planet. I started playing Little Planet 1 in 2011. Then a few months later, I got Little Planet 2. And then I got Little Planet 3 at release. Little Planet Vita was the first time I didn't have to... Getting a PS Vita was the first console I didn't have to share with my sister. So that pretty much allowed me to play whenever I wanted to. You never had the chance to play Little Planet 2, only play Little Planet 3. You bought the game in 2021 March when the servers were down. Oh yeah, I actually got Little Planet Vita when the servers were down. I got it like a week after. It came in the mail like a week after the servers shut down. Like my Vita came in the mail and then the game came in the mail later and the servers were already down. So yeah, that was annoying. While I was waiting for the game to arrive, I was playing Run Sackboy Run. But yeah, for a while Little Planet Vita was like my favorite game. Need a tag. The way I like to label my tags, so I could see all the tags, I didn't reset my level for each stream yet. I'll probably reset it before the school year, but I just have Animal Crossing, so I can see all the tags I'm using in this stream, and I don't have to scroll down. So everything's at the top. So Animal Crossing, what is this for? I'm not actually gonna, okay, let's just call it toilet. That, what you do on the toilet, I'm not gonna call it that, but that's, use toilet is what I should call it. But pretty much it will activate this tag. This should play automatically, so every 1 second this should go and it should activate a tag. And then the remote tag sensor, we actually need a direction, what's it called, a direction splitter or combiner. I always get the two mixed up, but pretty much we need a thing which allows us to control whether it goes up or down. This, the direction combiner. And let me just make this bigger and move this over a bit. But yeah, right now it counts up But to count down, we'll need a direction commander. You could also use, I guess, batteries, but that's a bit complex, and you don't need to do that. So to count up, and then this one is the countdown. So Animal Crossing toilet should be the countdown. I remember making Cuphead levels, like that's the only thing I did back then. Now I make my friend mad by playing her design level. That's cool. I think back when I played LBP Planet, I played with my friends a lot. Like I had like online friends I used to play with, but nowadays I don't play on any private servers, so I'm just in create mode most of the time. But yeah, do you play on private servers, or do you mean like real life friends? Like what private server do you play on? Alright, let's test this out. Okay, yeah, it works. We need sound effects. I forget what the sound effect is. Let me show you what I'm talking about in case you haven't played Animal Crossing. It was real popular during COVID, but I'm pretty sure, like, if you don't go on this. Am I on the tab? Okay, yeah, I am. But yeah. Okay, yeah, it's like a blink sound effect. Like a beep. Like it's like a bloop. So I have to find like a thing that sounds like that. Actually, let me play that one more time. I don't know if I had the volume up. So let me play that one more time, the sound effect. I'll turn up the volume a little bit. I just don't want it to like hurt anyone's ears. Yeah, his voice is too loud. I could barely hear the sound effect. But that's okay. I could like estimate what it sounds like. Maybe if I lower the pitch of this one, it will sound good. Nah, it doesn't sound good. I don't really like doing sound effects, to be honest. Like, there are some people that are like really good at it. And I actually got someone to show me how to combine sound effects. Lower the volume of that. I think this will be good. This should be good enough. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I have a whole bunch of apples here. I'm gonna eat them to demonstrate how it works. Sound effects can be cool sometimes. I made emotes for my characters, not add sound effects. Oh yeah, later today we're gonna be making, like later in the stream we're gonna be making an emote. So we're gonna need a sound effect for that. But like I already know what sound effect I have in mind for the most part. But yeah, I actually have a tutorial on adding like sounds and effects to your animations. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So like I actually already like made the second thing in LBP Planet Vita, but like LBP Planet Vita doesn't have animations. So now we'll be doing it with animations. Okay. And then let's see. .5 would be better. And also there's like a little effect that it does. Very epic. Thank you. And we need to change the rotation of that, obviously. Let me see if it should either be 90 or 270. So let me just test on this dude first. Yep, 270. I thought it was 90, but yeah, it's one of those. And then we said we were gonna set this to, I think maybe 0.7 should be good, I think. I feel like 0.5 would be too fast. Okay, no, that's too fast. Okay. I think 1 second was fine. Let me watch that video again just so I know, like, the exact speed. Like, I could just estimate the speed, I guess. Okay, the rhythm of that, I gotta check it. Yeah, it goes pretty fast. Obviously, I don't know the exact rate. Okay, yeah. I think 0.6 would be fine. I don't know why I thought it was slower in my head. But like in my head, before I saw that video again, I was like, yeah, slower. Seems perfect. Thanks. I think we need to set it to like one more. 0.5 actually should be good. I need to copy and paste these apples. But yeah, thanks for the feedback. I just gotta make it sure it actually is perfect. Because I am a perfectionist sometimes. So. And I need to fix the collision for this. Because like sometimes it doesn't play the animation. But yeah, 0.6, we'll leave it to that. And that's the last time I'm changing it. We can get more precision with the sequencer, but I'm not gonna do that. And I'm just gonna decipherlize this. So we could make your own custom hitbox. Because it was annoying how I couldn't stand on that. And the way you make your own custom hitbox is using invisible material, which I don't have. It's from the DC Comics pack, from acing the very last level. So instead, you can use cardboard or really any material and make it invisible by using the opacity tweaker. So by using the opacity tweaker, you just set it to 0%. And then I'm just gonna set this to, I thought I decipherized this. Why isn't it letting me? Okay, that's weird. That's really weird. I swore I decipherized this. Or did I decipher something else? Let me try something. Okay, that's really annoying. Maybe if I use a physics tweaker on it instead, that will work. But that's pretty much the same thing as decipherizing it. I just wanted, maybe it doesn't work for certain objects. Maybe I have to place it on the exact spot or something. So collision's off. And I should be able to pass through it. Okay, yeah, now it works. So yeah, decipherizing it didn't work for some reason. But that works. Using the physics tweaker works. It's a bit confusing. And now I could use my invisible thing that I just made. Need to make this wider. Okay, yeah, that's good. And then we just place the broadcast chip on that instead. That replaces the opacity tweaker, which I didn't want to do. So I'm gonna place this on the side. And then I'm gonna place this on the other side. And there we go. You want it so the sound effect only plays when the thing is actually at 0. So what we're gonna do to detect that is we're gonna use the remote tag sensor. We have a thing to detect when your thing is full, so full stomach. Instead of making a new tag label, we're just gonna use a not gate. Actually, will that work? I don't think that would work, but I have another solution. So you could use a positional thing. What's it called? A positional sequencer. There's like this trick I learned from Little Planet Central. So if that doesn't work, and I have a feeling it won't. Okay, I could see it activating on here. I could see the thing on my sackboy activating. But yeah, a positional sequencer. If you want to detect if something is like completely empty, like equal to 0, then the way you make one is by placing, you set the sequencer to positional first. And then you place a battery across its entire length. I can't see right now, let me zoom out. It should be its entire length. So, we actually do need this a bit later. So, let me move this off the circuit board for a second so I can demonstrate it better. So we have 0 out of 10 right now, and you see the battery is not lit up. If you were to eat this, the remote tag sensor, which we didn't even set yet, full stomach, it's like at 1 stripe. If we set this to 10 stripes, it would display the amount of stripes. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there we go. So you see it displays 1 stripe and then 2 stripes. But like when it's at 0, it doesn't display any stripes at all. So I'll show you that. So, or like it doesn't display the thingy. So we could use a not get to make it so we could detect when it's exactly 0. And this could be used for timers and counters, by the way. Pretty much anything where you're trying to detect anything that like gives out a percentage. Or its percentage, you could tell if something gives out a percentage. If you press R2 on something and it displays something other than 0 or 100. So like for this gives out a percentage because it displays 20 depending on how it's set. And again, I pressed R2 on the output to do that. You might have accidentally pressed R2 and wonder what this is. It's just to detect the percentage of timers, counters, batteries, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna delete this now. So if we have this not gate, this is pretty much our equal to 0 sensor. So when this is equal to 0, and when we're sitting, so I guess when this is equal to 0, it should play automatically, right? So, and now it's equal to 0. I remember someone recreating the first 30 levels of Plants vs Zombies. It was awesome. Oh yeah, that was Tyru 12. Tyru 12, he's like a genius. He's like if he made tutorials on YouTube, he would pretty much be like the next Conf from C. I mean, he probably wouldn't explain things as well as Conf from C. Conf from C was something different. I'm trying to be like him. Conf from C, that is. But like, just in terms of like the amount of like skill that he has, Tyru 12, if he made like well explained tutorials, would be like the next Conf from C. He doesn't, unfortunately. He uploaded something on Reddit where he like took a screenshot of some logic and he was like, here you go. But that's not a tutorial, obviously. That's more of a showcase. Alright, there we go. Wait, no. That's not supposed to. Oh yeah. I meant to say when it's not equal to 0. Wait. I need another not gate. I actually don't need the not gate at all now that I think about it. So this is a greater than 0 sensor. So when it's greater than 0, it should do the countdown. Okay, there we go. Now it doesn't play the sound effect. My radius is not high enough. Or why isn't this following me? Oh, I accidentally glued it. Okay, yeah, that's annoying. Let's unglue the toilet now. So when I was gluing the toilet together, I had my HUD glued to that accidentally. So now I'll glue the toilet again, but without doing that. Okay, so if I sat on the toilet, okay, and that's still not working. Oh, I forgot to change the label. Full stomach. Okay, and as you could see, it doesn't play the sound effect. Imagine I would smash on the toilet. I mean, you're not pressing any buttons here, but yeah, it pretty much does it automatically, but yeah. But yeah, and then we could eat again. I should make like a whole pile of apples, but that would cause my game to lag like crazy, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm only gonna add like 10 at a time. Because there was this one time when I was making this thing, I made like this Kona ice thing, and I had like each separate like ice thing. Like I was trying to make it realistically. I was trying to make like the flavor changing thing. So I had like a broadcast chip on a tag on each one, so I could change the logic real time. But unfortunately, that caused my game to crash when I tried to like capture something in the levels of my Poppy. So I had to bring in another account. I had to play on a second controller on my cousin's account and then capture the object. Because I needed to capture something to the emitter. I mean, I know that the emitter has the option to like automatically capture it, but I also just wanted to capture the stuff like for my own use. So unfortunately, the only thing that I have in my Poppy from that creation is these stickers. Because capturing stickers doesn't corrupt my profile unless I place the sticker directly after capturing it. In that case, my profile will get corrupted, which is annoying. Like, the key to dealing with profile corruptions is just knowing what causes it. Like, you're gonna get frustrated initially, but just know what causes it, back up your stuff, and you'll be fine. Can Sackboy eat a burger, considering he is 9 centimeters or 8 if I recall? He's actually 7 or 8 centimeters. Wait, no. He's 3 inches. I don't know how that converts to centimeters, but it's like 7 or 8. It's probably like 7 point something. Some people don't know it around, so that's why they say like 8 sometimes. I say 8 because that's just what I heard, but apparently it's 7 centimeters. But yeah, can he eat a burger? I just had a burger today. I didn't measure it, but if I know the size of it, he might be able to. I mean, he might be the size of a burger. Yeah, he might be the same size. A burger might be slightly smaller than him. Yeah, a burger might be like... Oh. Okay, you weren't here for this earlier part, but I added like a feature where if you try to eat something when you're already full, it will give you a message. That message isn't supposed to appear until you try to eat something on your... Yeah, it's not supposed to appear. Okay, here we go. How would Sackboy taste like? It would taste like wool. The texture would be very strange. Like, I already thought about this already when I was trying to make my... I don't know how the subject is came up. It was like I'm not active on Discord no more, but like, I think someone said something about like, I don't know, Sackboy is full of ice cream and creativity and all that, but before you get to the ice cream, you would have to taste the wool. And the texture, that would be annoying. It would just be weird. Like, I'm not talking like the texture. But like, I suppose, I don't want to... If you could unzip him to get to the ice cream, then yeah, it would taste good. But eating a Sackboy whole without unzipping him first would be weird. This is a very weird discussion, but like, I'm assuming that's how you get to the ice cream. Unzipping him. And hopefully it's just ice cream. And nothing else. Like, he would taste like urine. That's what I mean. Not wool, I said wool. I meant to say urine. But anyway, that message, let me show you. We're talking about this glitch. Not a glitch, but like this bug that I know how to fix it. I just forgot to fix it. So yeah, this message is supposed to pop up when you press 10. I'm so full, I can't possibly anything else. I would like to unzip and do the jiggy sax shaker. But anyway, as you could see, the message appeared at 9. The way to fix that is by... Where's the broadcast chip? It's right here. The way to fix that is to use a... No, that's not it. Wait, it is it. I don't want my game to crash. Let me set this to 0. Why does the magic mouse look like that? It looks weird, and why is it like a... It's really weird. But anyway, I'm pretty sure adding a pulse switch, or some people call it a one-shot switch, I just call it a pulse. I'm pretty sure adding that will fix it. So we just have it, it pretty much activates for a single frame. Oh, I forgot to set the broadcast chip back to infinite. That's why I couldn't grab it. Because all the logic is on the broadcast chip itself. So if it goes to 9 or 10, it shouldn't do the message. Okay, yeah, I placed the post on the wrong spot. The post should go. I think right here. Oh, hey, there we go. I placed it correctly. I'm so full I couldn't possibly anything else. And if you try to grab it, it will do that, because that's what happens in the game. So of course, you could go to the toilet and take care of your business. Hey, why isn't it doing the broadcast strip thing? What are circuit nodes used for? I never quite understood how they work. I'll show you. So check it. Circuit nodes, they actually do have a use. I used to use them as AND gates, but they actually have a use outside of just me being too lazy to take an AND gate out of my pocket. But let's say, like, you might have used a node accidentally, like when you're trying to wire something to something else. But they actually do have a use. So let's say you have a battery. So like when I was making my slow motion ability, I made a slow motion ability. I didn't post it anywhere. I probably should. I'm gonna post it on my Reddit once I polish it up a bit. But let's say you have a slow motion ability, so that's 30% speed. And then you have like 100% speed. The battery does not have an input, so to turn the battery on and off, you could use a circuit node. You could also use an AND gate if you're in LBP3 2, or you could use a circuit node inside of a microchip, and then turn the microchip on and off if you're inside LBP3 2. But since we're in LBP3 3, we could do this, and that turns the battery on and off. I'm just gonna use a timer set to 0.1 and positional, so you could see that battery. Of course, we need an OR gate. But yeah, it could be used to turn batteries on and off, pretty much. And also control the flow rate percentage signals without any like weird glitches happening. Because if you try to use it AND gate, it will do whichever one's highest. So if you're having trouble with the AND gate, just use a circuit node instead. So as you can see, we can switch between those two values, turning the batteries on and off despite the batteries not having an on and off input. You just turn the flow of the signal on and off. But yeah, I use that for slow-mo ability. Like, so I made it so like Sackbot's in a level moving like slow motion. I didn't make a level out of it. I probably should, at least like a tech demo, so I could post it on Reddit. Barely, not anytime soon, of course. I'm busy with school, or like, getting ready for school. But yeah, so like it could be used for not just batteries, but like any sort of like signal. So I was making a construction vehicle for my friend, and I was using the AND gate. Let me show you one more example. This example is also very useful. I was making a construction vehicle for my friend. She doesn't know how to do logic. I'm not very good with physics, but I tried my best. And I was making it so that when you push up and down on your right stick, then it moves the crane up and down. But the thing is, I had like this cinematic thing where like when you lower the feet of your truck, like the outriggers is what they're called, it takes like 1 second to lower the outriggers. So when the outriggers are fully lowered, which I detected by using a timer, you can move this up and down. But unfortunately, it caused like the signal to get all weird. So like if it output 0 right now, but like it's not supposed to, it's a output. Let me show you. Let me set my thing to weird. It's not outputting anything. It takes the minimum input, but let me set it to, oh yeah, I have to demonstrate it like this. Let me set this to 10 seconds so I have more room to demonstrate. But this isn't supposed to receiver nearest player. When I was making my construction vehicle for my friend, this was happening. It was moving. This represents the crane moving up and down. When you see negative, it means it's moving down or whatever. So negative is down, positive is up. It was moving up and down despite the outriggers not fully being lowered. But yeah, if you're trying to have something like 2 analog signals competing with each other, it's a problem. So in that case, you just use a circuit node. So to make it so this activates it. So now, if I move my thing... Oh wait, that shouldn't be activating still. Heartbeat monitor. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's like a sine wave though. But as you can see now, when I move my thing up and down, it does not display anything. Like I'm moving my arm up and down, and it doesn't do that until the timer is full. So we're basically controlling the flow. So this, your joystick outputs a percentage signal, so like from 0 to 100, or like negative 100 to 100, and so does the timer, 0 to 100. Those two will compete if you use the AND gate, because the AND gate outputs the smallest value. So that's when you would want to use a circuit node. Use it as an AND gate if your AND gate is not working correctly. But yeah, that's the sine wave. I learned that in my trigonometry class back in 12th grade. Like a sine wave or whatever. Trigonometry wasn't too bad because I had a nice teacher. Or at least before COVID, I liked her. But like during COVID, she had like a kid. She couldn't be really like as loud and funny as she was in person, because like during COVID we were online and she had to be quiet because her kid was taking a nap, and I was like, why is she acting different? And I was like, oh, her kid is in the room and she doesn't want to wake him up. So yeah, that was annoying. I liked her better in person when she could just like be loud and be funny and stuff. But like, yeah, when her kid was napping, she couldn't do that. Epic. Thanks. Alright, so what were we doing? I was answering your question about the circuit node, but let's see, what was I doing before that? I was fixing a bug. Let me demonstrate this one more time. And then we'll move on to the shovel ability. I'm so full out, couldn't possibly anything else. Should probably make that come from the sack boy. Oh yeah, and then we were fixing this. Yeah, like it's weird, it's not activating now. I think because I have it set to detect. Is it creatures? I'm pretty sure I have it set to creatures only. Okay, that's weird. Like it was working a while ago, like now the broadcast ship won't even appear. All in contact. Creatures. I'll set my counter to 0 again, and we'll see if that fixes it. Okay, I did not mean to move that. Really weird. Like it was okay, now it's working. Maybe it's because it was like I literally just unglued it, and that's how I fixed it. That's weird. Oh, I had this copy and I had it on the wrong thing, I think, because I had an invisible thing for this. Wait, what is this? I had 2 cardboards for some reason. I don't know why I had 2 cardboards. That's why. Okay. But yeah, if I place this on the correct cardboard, then it should work. Like I'm pretty sure it's just the right one. Do I have like multiple cardboards in my level, or? Okay, this should be collisions off. And for some reason that isn't working. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. Sometimes the physics tweaker just randomly stops working. I've used this before. This happened before. This happened to me multiple times. But yeah, that's annoying. But yeah, now it works. So yeah, if we eat a bunch of apples, let me copy and paste it a few times. Can't eat anymore, but you can use the toilet. And there should be a dialogue that plays there, and that takes care of that, is what he says when it reaches the end. So we actually do need a not gate to detect when it reaches 0, or when the counter is completely empty. So it's gonna play a dialogue that says, and that takes care of that. I don't know why the magic mouth is appearing like that. That's really weird. Has to be, it's like a classic LBP3 bug. I find it hilarious. I'm watching someone build a functioning toilet in LBP3. Yeah. Like this is technically against my stream rules or whatever. I'm not making farts here, or I'm not making like farts or actual bathroom stuff. So it's sort of not. But like if it would be like farts, because like doing inappropriate or immature stuff. But like it's just like the mechanic in the game, and it doesn't have any farts. It just has like a flushing sound. And that takes care of that. So I watched the video and that's what they said. And I need to set this to 1 shot, I think. Oh yeah, but it shouldn't play as soon as you get on there. I know there could be someone watching this and enjoying it. I think I need to add an end gate, so like when you're like so when the counter so this is this people call it a permanent switch, a one-shot switch, whatever. Proper name is a arrest latch, because I learned logic from RTM, although I try not to use that when doing videos, but that's pretty much what it is. If you see anyone using a counter, it's pretty much a arrest latch, which stands for reset or set, or SR latch, set, reset. So I'm pretty much trying to detect when this has been greater than 0, and when you reach 0, then it should play that, instead of it playing it automatically. You actually have to have it greater than 0 first. So like, it isn't playing the dialogue right now, because it's at 0. But if we eat some apples, and that takes care of that, and it won't play it again, because we have it set to 1 shot. But the moment we eat another apple, it should reset. So let me test it out. Wait, that didn't work. Make the sack person explode. We need more than 10. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, that's pretty much just replacing the dialogue with like an explode thing. We would need another tag for that. Let me just see if I could find it. But yeah, we'd pretty much just activate a tag. What is this on the? Okay, yeah, we don't need a tag then if it's on the sack person directly. But yeah, instead of the dialogue, they would pretty much just say that. So, explode. And I just gotta copy and paste the apples. me delete some of them so it doesn't crash my game. Right, so wait, no, that explodes the apple, so we won't need a tag then. So I don't want the apple to explode. Although that is funny, but no, that's not what we want. We want the tag person to explode. So yeah, that's what I was trying to do with the tag. Because that tag, I forgot the broadcast chip was broadcasting to the apples, not the player. So I need a new label called Animal Crossing. Let's call it Explode. And then we're just gonna have another broadcast chip that actually broadcasts to the player. Actually, it's explode a thing on the kill tweaker because we don't need to do a destroyer for this, but I don't think it's. I think it only has the basic ones like spike and all that, like spike and gas. But if you have your remote tag sensor, and we set it to Animal Crossing explode, and then we have that, and also make sure it's set to infinite. And then we just set this to explode. You're actually doing it. I mean, yeah, it was a request. It would be fun anyway. It's just like a quick thing anyway. yeah, that. It like eating me all the way over there. Like, I've tried to use the destroyer in create mode. I don't think it's meant to be used on SAG people. Yeah, that happens. I don't know how that would look in play mode, and I don't want to find out. I don't know if that would crash my game or what, like if I try to do it in play mode, but it pretty much made my SAG boy respawn over there. I'm gonna get rid of that just so that I don't like accidentally crash my game or anything like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what it would look like if it exploded. Anyway, there's the thing. So, most epic thing I saw today. Thank you. And of course, the toilet is not working again. So I'm just gonna set the thing. What's it called? The physics speaker. If I set it to video connections on and off, that should fix it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why that dialogue isn't playing. It was playing before. But yeah. I think I heard my mom. Speaking of my mother is gonna make me a Little Bit Planet shirt for the first day of school. The exact same shirt as my sack boy. I mean, not the exact same shirt. The sleeves aren't gonna be rolled up. But check it. It's gonna say a little bit. It's gonna have the tree logo on the front in red, and then in the back, it's gonna have Little Bit Planet Vita. I tried to choose a font similar to this font. But yeah, that's gonna be my outfit for every day of school. This shirt, and I'll just wear like jean shorts or whatever. But yeah, I hope my mom is making the shirt. I said I wanted it like 10 inches down, and then the letters 10 inches across. So yeah, I hope she's making it. What's up, bro? What's up? So today we're making the Animal Crossing, the super strength thing. So you know in Animal Crossing, when you eat food, it adds 1. And then when you sit on the toilet, it depletes it. It gives you super strength, but we didn't add that part yet. Right now we're just gonna add a dialogue, so we added the dialogue, but right now it isn't working, so I gotta figure out why. So I'm gonna copy and paste these apples, so I already have enough. I'm just gonna zoom out so I can see my logic better. Oh, that's why. That's why. I must have miswired something. Okay, yeah. Are you publishing this anymore? Where? No, I don't play on private servers, unfortunately. I don't have a jailbroken PS3 because I play on a family console. So, like, my dad wouldn't want me to jailbreak it. And I don't play on a PS3 because my computer isn't powerful enough for that. But yeah, now I know the problem. I need to add another AND gate to make it so it resets. I'll probably need another thing. I'm gonna have to. But yeah, I might post it on Reddit though. I might. I'm not sure though, for sure. But yeah, thanks for joining, and thanks for saying what's up. So yeah, let me think this out. The problem with using a counter is that you actually have to use your brain more than you normally do when you use logic. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so that when your fruit counter is greater than 0, so when it has been greater than 0 and when it's equal to 0, then it says place the dialog. So now I have to make it reset. So let me test it out one more time, so I just have an idea of what I'm doing. So I guess I can make it so when you eat another fruit, that would probably be the fastest way to do it. So yeah, I could just have the, already have a tag for that. So if you use a remote tag sensor, which is the same thing as a tag sensor set to infinite, by the way, it just saves me like 2 seconds when I'm doing logic. I probably need an AND gate. I don't think that would work. But let me just test it out, and then we'll add an AND gate later if we need to. And that takes care of that. And then when you eat another fruit. So if I eat like one fruit, then it should still play the dialogue, hopefully. Alright, there we go. It works. The super strength ability. We need a shovel. So I'm gonna make a shovel. I guess I'll make it out of materials. So I was gonna make it out of decorations. What decorations do we have? This actually looks like a shovel head. So I suppose if we flatten this, I forgot about this decoration. But pretty much the best way to make power-ups, I mean everyone has their preferred way, but like I think the way to get the most realistic looking power-ups is to use the decoration mount, which I already have over here. So check it. There's like I need separate ones for the handle and all that. If you set the scale from top, this is a trick that I learned from Hammer950 on his tutorial, on his time lapse on how to make his tutorial on how to make vehicles. If you set it to scale from top, yes, it makes it so it scales from the top, but it also makes it so when it automatically centers when you place a decoration at the top, which is very useful for making power-ups because the power-up handle is centered. So like regardless of where you place it, it will always be in the center. So that way it looks like it's actually in your hand. So I just need to make this skinnier. And then I need to make the handle. How does the sack person system work? Do you mean like their digestive system? I don't think there's no point in centering this. How do they waste honestly, so like they eat point bubbles. According to like a Sackboy documentary that I saw, it's like you could find it on Ai's channel, I think. So A, I don't know how to pronounce that. I think he pronounces it A. But on A's channel he posted a bunch of Little Bit Planet promotional stuff. So I assume that if their diet consists of point bubbles, the way they get out the point bubbles is by finishing a level. So the scoreboard is basically the same thing as a toilet in this case, because you can't collect any more points like once you finish a level. So basically I think in the sack person universe a scoreboard might be the same thing as a toilet, but like you don't actually see them use the bathroom, so that's just a guess. so that's one part of the handle. I need to make this smaller, probably. I'm just trying to get the details now. Oh, I could just actually copy and paste this. And then just rotate it. Oh, I need to place it first, or else it won't. Yeah, okay, that's why I wasn't working, because I didn't place it. That's interesting. What do you plan your next stream to be? I think I'm gonna do, I have 2 ideas. I don't know which one I'm gonna choose yet, but by the way, my next stream isn't gonna be until sometime in September, because I'm busy with school. I gotta check my syllabus to see when I don't have much exams. But in September, my September stream will probably be either a music player, or so like it's basically recreating like SoundCloud or something, like a simple version of like a music playlist. Or it's gonna be like a music player, like recreating like GarageBand, or not GarageBand, but like, you know, like the ability to like play a song and then like record it. One of those. I haven't decided which one, but it's gonna be like music themed for September. So I'm doing streams once a month during the school year, so I stay focused on my grades and all that. Okay, let's see. This should align with the handle. Oh, it's not, because I remember the handle was placed elsewhere. Like it wasn't placed in the center. So I'm just gonna move that out a bit. This, wait a sec, if this isn't centered, then that means the power up is gonna look all wonky. Yeah, let me center that. I suppose it doesn't, wait, if I use the trick that I showed y'all before, like I said that I can't use it, but I suppose if I move it over, I'm gonna have to use sticker panel to glue it. But let me just see how that looks. I'll show you, and then hopefully you see what I mean. But I can't center it. Okay, there we go. So now I just have to move this over. But now this is centered. I just want it to be hanging on the edge like this. But I can move it over. And it looks fine. But yeah, hope this is centered. Should be going to sleep now. It's 2:25. Alright, see ya. And thanks for joining. Alright, so this isn't the same layer, and I just need to make this smaller. Or like not smaller, but like less long, of course, since this is like too long, a little bit too long. Okay, so I think this should be good. And the handle should be like a separate color than from the rest of the thing, so it looks cooler. And I think I made it too wide. So like the in and out is too wide, I think. But yeah, for anyone still watching, when did y'all start playing Little Bit Planet? Like I started in 2011, but like, or like how old were you when you like first started playing the game? Like I started playing the game when I was 7. The first Little Bit Planet game was Little Bit Planet 1. I don't know why it looks like it's off center over here. Okay, that's weird. I don't think I'll ever change the layer of this. But I suppose I'll just set it to 50. Okay, and then I make the whole thing longer. I'm gonna have to shrink this when I'm done. Like what I mean by shrink it is I gotta like, so once I'm completely done, like let me just test this actually, because if this isn't gonna work I might have to like backtrack a little bit. But like when I'm completely done, what I'm gonna have to do is like glue this together. So let me just see how that will look if I do that right now. I want to see like the size. I'm using the twist glitch. So the twist glitch is pretty much when you take a jetpack and then you hold R2, press X. And let me just make this invisible, because this is blocking my way a little bit. Okay, yeah, the size is decent. This is the size of a shovel. This is decent. This is good. I can continue creating at this scale. I did this in my 4th of July stream, and so yeah, this should work pretty well. So yeah, I just wanted to see what the scale was. I probably should have done that earlier, but... And I need to make this less wide. And then after that we can move on to making the shovel head. And also, by the way, the decoration mount won't work if you're in pause mode, so that's why it wasn't working for me for a second. Right. So, that shovel head. The entire reason I'm doing this out of decorations is because I saw this decoration last minute. I did not realize this was a decoration before, like a few minutes ago. Like, I didn't realize how well this would work for like a shovel head. It's not color changeable though, so unfortunately I can't control the color, but like, it's better than nothing. And then we just make this thinner. Actually, it looks good at 0% thickness. And then we change the color to blue, because blue is my favorite color. Or we could change it to red. Red is the iconic color of tools when you first start out. And then of course this should be gray. So this is our shovel. Now we just glue it all together with sticker panel, and we add tags, and so it's functional. So we're pretty much just gonna make it so you can dig up rocks. We're going to make a very simplified version of the rock hitting ability, just so I can show y'all the difference between having the fruit and versus not eating any fruit. Like, we're not gonna make like the full thing where like a missing 8 just to save time. So yeah, now I just have to add a power-up handle on this. This is slightly too small, but that's okay. So for the power-up handle, that's in the object section. It would make more sense to have it in the tools and gadgets, like right next to the blaster handle thing. But not, it's over here. So you want it over here on the handle. So I'm just gonna place the power up thing, and then we'll place the opacity tweaker inside to make it invisible so that you can't see it. Alright, so 0%. And then after that, we're gonna add text. So if we save this as a power up, we should be able to use it, or like we should be able to hold it like a shovel. There we go, versus a shovel. It's a bit small. I guess I'll make it bigger. So it looks way too small right now. But yeah, we'll make it a bit bigger. Let's set it a bit bigger. too big. Okay, I think that should be good. Okay, yeah, that's good. So basically, when you hit a rock, the rock should drop something. So for a rock, we're just gonna do like a simple material. We're not gonna mix nothing on our decorations. Alright, so we're just gonna use this as the rock, because that's like a nice texture to it. And then we're just gonna make this gray. And then we're gonna add the logic so we can make it so that it drops rocks. So we need to eat at least one fruit for that to work. I should probably change the radius on my thing. So we're gonna eat one fruit. Or like we could eat a few. Let's eat 3. So I could demonstrate it. And we need to add a tag. But pretty much if we place a tag on this, that means we need to place a sticker panel on the end of it so we can actually place the tag on the shovel head itself. And we're gonna make it so that we're gonna have to add an impact sensor later on to make it so when it comes in contact with the rock, you're like, I guess maybe we could use a tag sensor. When it comes in contact with the rock, then it like drops something, or it gets destroyed fully, depending on whether or not you have the fruit. Alright, so and then we'll need to be captured out eventually. We could use the impact sensor, we just need to set it to include touching, because sticker panel doesn't work unless you set it to include touching. And then normally it would emit something. So I think there's 2 ways to do this. We could use the AND gate and NOT gate. I need to make this bigger. Let me do the logic for this first. So we're just gonna do like a point bubble. We're gonna have to emit a point bubble. I think that's something you could emit directly from the menu anyway. Is it? Okay, yeah. So let's say it emits a point bubble, which we obviously can't collect in play mode. But normally, when you hit a rock, it should emit a point bubble. Because in the game, in Animal Crossing, hitting rocks sometimes gives you coins. Most of the time, it's just like iron or rocks, or sometimes even a gold. But like sometimes you'll get lucky, and you'll get a money rock. So that's sort of what I'm like parodying here. So like the Little Planet 5 version of it, where like it drops money or like point bubbles. Alright, so if we select this, but yeah, it does that. It's not close enough to it, so I'm thinking I'll use a tag sensor instead. So that way you don't have to be touching it exactly, like perfectly. Oh, we forgot to change the label. Animal Crossing shovel. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to change the thing again. just don't want it to be too big. So I guess if you swing it like this. But yeah, I guess I'll just set it to 22. Or 20. But yeah, if you have it hitting it directly, now it does it. Alright, so that's how it does it. When your stomach full counter, so the tag sensor that we had before, or like the remote tag sensor that we were using before, detect like the fullness of the stomach. We're gonna be using that again. And we're just gonna be using the signal strength input. We're gonna be using a positional sequencer to detect if this is greater than 0. So of course you actually have to set it to positional, and now it's set to start playing forwards. As you can see, it's like a whatever, we can set it to 10 just to show the exact value, but we don't really need to do that. But if we connect this to a not gate, it's pretty much saying that when we're not full, or like, I mean, when we don't have anything in our stomach whatsoever, hitting the rock should just drop like a point bubble, as opposed to destroying the whole rock. So let me demo that. So let me eat a few more fruits. I really should change the radius of my HUD, so that I don't have to keep going back to it. But I have my shovel, there's my toilet. We did the fruits earlier in the stream. The HUD was the first thing we did. So we're gonna make it so it also decreases when we destroy a rock. But like, it doesn't do anything right now, because it didn't do the logic for that. Because we pretty much, the way we have it set up right now, is it only emits stuff when your stomach isn't full. But if we were to sit on the toilet, which is right here, my HUD, it's right here. I have to really increase the radius of that. If you were to sit on the toilet and freaking hate the physics tweaker sometimes. But if you were to sit on the toilet and deplete your stuff. Okay, the physics tweaker's in the issue, I guess. Okay, that's weird. Okay, rigid connections, yes, rigid connections, no. Okay, I swear I've been having issues with this like all stream. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. How about we just set it to closest in range and then do the radius? That way it would be more reliable. There you go. Alright, so then if you hit it with their shovel, then it gives us a point, like the money rocks in Animal Crossing. But I want it so when we have at least one fruit, it destroys the entire thing. So I'm just gonna reorganize my logic a little bit, and we could copy and paste this. Actually, we don't need to copy and paste it. We only need to copy and paste the end gate. And that end gate should be connected to like a. We could set it to explode, or we could use the shatter thing. Let's just set it to explode for now. So we're gonna make it so if it gets hit by a shovel, and when you have at least one, this is a positional sequencer that's detecting if you have at least one fruit, and if you have at least one fruit, then it gets destroyed. There's like a way to do this with less logic. I'll show you that in a bit. But pretty much again, this is what happens if you hit it when you haven't eaten any fruit. But if you do eat fruit, then it will destroy it. Okay, that isn't working. Let me see that. Oh, I used the wrong thing. Okay, so if you delete food, that happens. And it should also deplete the thing. It should lower your thing by 1. So I have to do a thing called Animal Crossing. So when you actually use the power, we're just gonna call it a power. There's a tag. Oh, we need a delay, because it's not gonna activate. I used a sequencer for this one time. I'm just gonna use a timer. I'll show y'all that there are 2 ways to do this. Oh, I forgot to add the orgy. Let me do the logic for that. So, if I move this over, so when it senses the toilet, or when it senses you're using your power, then it should deplete by 1. We could also just use a single thing called deplete. That would probably be a better use of tag labels, but pretty much here how it works. Forgot to say. And also emits the thing when it's not supposed to. So I have to add a pulse on that. And also I forgot to change the time. I forgot to set it to start playing forward. But after that we're going to need to add a pulse. Okay, yeah. And then it decreases it by 1. And it should play the sound effect. Okay, so now when you hit it with a shovel, it does that. Forgot to pause my game again. Okay, so basically, if we had multiple rocks in the level, in Animal Crossing, you could have up to 8 rocks on your island. So if you had multiple rocks on the inner level, so let me just eat some fruits. Which over here. So if we eat 5 of these, how many rocks do we have? I only placed 3, right? So that depletes her thing. I didn't mean to do it 2 at once. I could space that out. Let me space it out. How did I get 2 of them at once? That wouldn't happen in Animal Crossing unless you have a rock runner. But anyway, I'm gonna eat 2 fruits just so I could demonstrate. Alright, my HUD is all the way over there, so I have to go over there to get it. So if I eat 2 fruits, and then if I use my shovel on the rock, then it should destroy the rocks. But on this rock over here, it just does the points, because I'm just hitting the rock normally. And that's just a simplified version of the point thing. And of course, if you just want to hit the rocks normally without having to worry about the whole thing where that destroys the rock. So you could of course sit on the toilet. So to get rid of this, you can sit on the toilet and it will. And then you could just use a shovel normally without having to deal with that. So that's pretty much it for the rock thing. We can move on to the reactions now. So for anyone that just joined, I have everything we're doing up on this thing. So we just did the super strength ability, the fruit counter, which was the easiest part, the first thing I did, the super shovel, which is actually the last thing that I did, and then the toilet. And then we're about to do some reactions. We're only doing one because I don't want to stream too long today. I'm like kind of stressed with school coming up. We got an idea from the chat to make it explode when you eat more than 10, and that didn't work too well because Sackboy, the destroyer, does not work very well on the broadcast chip when you're broadcasting to Sackboy. So I suppose I could use the kill tweaker instead, but yeah. In terms of announcements, we got the school year stream. The school year streams will be in once a month, so I gotta focus on my grades. But yeah, that's pretty much the thing. I gotta move this over, then we'll get started on the reactions, just so I have more room to do this. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I might post that on my video. But yeah, for the reactions, we'll need a sack pot. I'm just gonna set it to my character. And we have to set the motion to neutral, since we are using an animation that has facial expressions. But I always set it to neutral. So for those of y'all that have not played the game, let me show you what the reaction looks like. This is like an old outdated version. Let me lower that value. So it's too loud right now. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Your eyes pretty much just get wide. So we're just gonna do one of the surprise expressions. That's just a nice simple one. We could do the confused one if we have time. I tried to do this in LBP3 Vita, and I think the biggest thing was that the sticker panel, you can't really shrink it too much. So I was having trouble with that. I don't know if it was just a problem with LBP3 Vita though. So if you do that, let me make it out of material first. Like I'll go back to this thing so I could see it, but yeah, it's not that thick. I'm just doing it this way. So I get the outline zero correctly. I don't know how far it's tilted, so let me just check. Okay, yeah, it's tilted a little bit. So I think I'm just gonna like split this in half so it's symmetrical. Like instead of freehanding it, it's like better if I split it in half. Like this. Wait, no, I don't think this will work if I have it at an angle like this. I mean, it sort of will, but like not as well as I would like it to. No, so this works better, I think. If I'm set to front view, and I think if it's set to like a solid material. Okay, let me see how that looks. And it doesn't look very good. I think it's too small. So I guess I didn't split it perfectly. That's okay. And then of course you get rid of this thing at the top. I think I need to make that slightly thinner to match the thickness of that. I didn't want that to shift. If you don't like it shifting like that, you could just use you could just select it like that, like I did there. Like I'll show you again. Like it has like this, sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Like it didn't do that just now. But you could actually like select it once and then just like drag it like this and it will like never randomly shift the corners. Which is a cool trick. And I'm just gonna change it to wood and then I'll place a separate material behind it. And then I'll material change it. Alright, there we go. So if we shrink this, will probably be too big. Oh, I didn't mean to shrink that. Okay, cool, it's not too big. I really thought it was gonna be too big. I mean, it's slightly big, but it's not like in LBP3 Vita when I did this. In LBP3 Vita, I think I had to like use stickers or something. But yeah, this isn't too bad. So yeah, we're just gonna use sticker panel to glue everything together. She want that to be centered a bit. Okay, so this should appear above our character's head. So we're just gonna make it when we press 1, we emote. So that pretty much means emitting that. This should be set to static object. Like in the game, there's like a selection wheel, and I made that in LBP3 Vita, like a modified version, not with emotes, but like with the emotions that are in the game. So you know, like happy, ecstatic, happier, sad, inconsolable, stuff like that. Like the 12 emotions that are in the game, the 4 emotions and the variations. I pretty much made it like a custom controls menu, but since it was LBP3 Vita, it lagged like crazy. But I pretty much already did that. So this is just like a simplified version of what I did in LBP3 Vita. But I just have like a single emote and we're gonna be activating. And I already made this emote in LBP3 Vita, by the way. We just don't have the character animation tweaker. So this is like the slightly better version. no custom. We don't have as much emotes. Or like we don't have the emote wheel, the reaction wheel, but we do have animations, and there's a lot to choose from. Because before I was just limited to the emotion, so I was like, I suppose I'll use the surprised. I mean the scared emotion, but now we have access to the emotes, which are in this category. So it's called suppressed. I think we're gonna go for in the middle. Like obviously Sackboy's eyeballs can't move, so I'm just gonna go for like a slightly exaggerated one. We're gonna make it play once. It's like a thing where it's like, hold up, let me show you. I don't know if this is still in my puppet. I might have deleted it. Or I could do it by ear if it's not. I might do it by ear either way, but like there's like this piano tutorial I wanted to make. But I'm doing it in Little Planet 1 instead. Maybe for Little Planet 1's birthday next year. Cause next year I won't be in school and maybe I'll have more time to make videos. But like the birthday video, I'm just trying to focus on the crawling video right now. Once I get a new mic, that is. And I still gotta get a new capture card for my second channel, although I could use this one. Just I don't like using this capture card too much. My other capture card broke. This is the one that I use for streaming. Did I just set that to idle? Was it always set to idle? Okay, that's weird. I swear I set it to surprised. Oh wait, I remember now. It's over here. I just have to copy and paste it. So we just set this to play once. And then after that we add the sound effects. And we have to adjust where it emits, of course. We should set loops off. The way it works for now, we have to hold it. So I'm just gonna make it so you could tap it and it will go. So we do that by setting it to start playing forwards, which sometimes has a glitch where it plays automatically when you spawn in. Okay, the glitch isn't happening. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make it, we're just gonna add a pulse switch, because when I held the button, the loop thing, it just kept looping. And I don't want that to happen. So we're just gonna make it so it activates this once. Without the loop, even if we hold it, it should only activate it once. Which it does. And we set reset to inactive to no. Will that fix that? I want to see how this works on my Switch. I saw the emotes in the video, but it's going a bit fast. I have my Switch right next to me. Because I'm pretty sure it will stay on the surprised emote. Oh, it's the fireworks show. Okay, it's just a quick reminder. I don't think we'll into my thing. But yeah, they're having the fireworks show. I would do that after the stream. But I'm like busy. It's preparing for school and stuff. Okay, yeah. We're not using the thing by itself. We're not using the character animation tweaker by itself. Or I mean we can. Let me see how this works. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need to use a one-shot switch. We're gonna have to use the timer method. So the timer method, I don't like it. Sometimes the character animation tweaker straight up doesn't work. What is this? 0.5. So this takes 0.5 seconds to complete. So we're just gonna set this to positional, so that way we have more flexibility when doing the logic. I'll still need the counter, I think. could set this to. So yeah, if we have this set to like, wait, no, not positional. This needs to be positional, and then that could be set to start countdown. So you could have this set at countdown, and we of course have to set it to -100. I found that countdown works better for certain stuff, although we might change it later. So we're pretty much gonna make this so when you activate it, it plays this. Let me actually see how count up looks, because like normally when I do it, it has glitches, but if I do this, okay, and it should stay like that until I move. So when I move, it should reset it. So left, right, and it should also reset the thing. So I press L1, and then I move, and it just resets. I would pretty much do it, and then yeah, and then we need to do the emitter. It's kind of hard to position it without having a sackbot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna place a sackbot just so it's easier to position. Okay, I'm about to do the emitter part on a sack box. I can't even see where it's emitting. Like, it's supposed to be emitting above my head. And also, I forgot to set it to 1 shot. That's probably why it's not emitting. Because I have to set it to 1 shot. And I have to set this. Okay, yeah, it's emitting next to me. So I'm going to temporarily place the emitter on a sack bot. So I think this will be good. And then it should emit above my head. Okay, there we go. The lifetime should be like 2 seconds still. Or not even. It should be like 1 second. And of course we're not gonna have the smoke effect. Instead of dissolve, we're just gonna have like disappear. And then we'll have to do the sound effects. But yeah, the sound effects. So this is how it works right now. You press L1. Oh wait. I actually want the thing to happen at the end. Or like we could have a sequencer, I guess. I think it will look better on a sequencer. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to use a sequencer just to let me show y'all the video so y'all know what I mean. So in the game, when you do the surprised emote, it like, okay, it happens at the same time, but I feel like there's a slight delay. Okay, I'll test it out on my Switch so I can see it better. But like, I guess I could have this over here. It just like, I could always change it later. But just like looking at it, it looks like there was a delay. Is all. Like imagining it in my head, it looked like there was gonna be a delay. It's probably just because I didn't add the sound effects yet. But yeah, let me do that. For the sound effects, we actually will need a sequencer, just to make things a bit easier. So, sound effect, sound object is right here. And then, if you go to, I think, musical. I'm thinking of using e-piano, which is actually a musical instruments. Okay, so musical instruments. I think virtual would be better. I can't find the perfect sound effects. Okay. But yeah, if I had the notes for that, like I could technically play it by ear. But like, let's just give y'all a demo of what that would sound like. Like it would take a while, and I don't want to do that on stream, but I could play it by ear. Like with the exact notes. Actually, let me get out my piano. Okay, so, and then if I just like set all this to E piano. So I made this for like an old video that I didn't release yet because I got busy with school. But yeah, the E piano, I should be able to copy and I should be able to select all the sound objects in this and just set them to E piano. Or at least for that first half of the piano, or the second half. The first half is E piano low, and the second half should be E piano high. I originally got this from RB Cruise in the Little Planet 1 level. So that's why it looks like this. So if I do everything from here to here, and I set it to, okay, yeah, that isn't it. I thought I had like an edited version of this, but since this is from Little Planet 1, it's just glitching. Well, technically I could still do it. Like, let me see. So if I go into my thing, it should tell me what musical sound I'm in. This is low, this is high. So technically I could do it like that. I could use this triangle string. So if I select all this, even with the messed up names, I could still do it, I guess. I don't want to select the tag sensors. Okay, that's low. And then that's high. And then if I just take a tag sensor, I should be able to play by ear. Wait, let me listen to that one more time, then I could do it. It's just two. I think it's that. I think it's those two notes. So if it's C and D, I think it's note C and D. I'm gonna do it on my Switch, which I have right next to me. That way I don't have to do the... See, I'm pretty sure it's note C and D though. It sounds like it. No, I got it wrong. Alright, so I really thought it was CND. I think this is the closest I could get. So yeah, even though it's not exact, like unless I want to use the music sequencer, which probably isn't too hard to use, but musical triangle thing. So that's 0 and 4. So yeah, if I set it to 0 and 4, it should be good. And it needs to be faster. Let me see the speed again. Yeah, it's real fast. It's like it should be like way faster than that. I'm gonna set them right next to each other. You have a little bit extra time. I'm gonna try using the music sequencer. I did this in my mosquito stream, but that was obviously different. Like, we can't make a song out of mosquitoes. But if I just choose the right one, I need to find like an E piano. Hold on, I'm gonna set my thing to full screen just so I can see better. So now I could see a bit better. Yeah, okay, this is what I want. So I said C and D, right? Or C and E. So yeah, I'll set it off. I literally just want 2 notes. One of them should be an 8th note. And then one of them is I forget the note values. One of them is probably like a 8th note, and then one is probably a 1/4 note. How do I extend the length though? Alright, there we go. I'll just see what's okay. So this is C5. So you want C6. If we change the beat per minute, it should sound fun. I probably didn't use the right instrument though. Okay, the beats per minute is right here. Okay, that sounds decent. My first time successfully making music, even with a simple sound effect in LBP Planet 2. Because normally I do this normally I make music in LBP Planet 1. Like I was making like a song from Kingdom Hearts in LBP Planet 1. But like it's kind of like tedious though. Because I don't know how to read music. I could play it by ear. But that sort of takes a long time. Alright, so the sound effect, or like the thing. Oh wait, I didn't hook it up to the thing. didn't start playing right away. I'm pretty sure there wasn't any sort of delay. Yeah, it's pretty much the sound effect, if it actually worked. If anyone has any experience with the music sequencer and getting rid of that delay, let me know. I mean, no one's here right now, but like, in the future, shot. I don't know why there's a delay, or else I would use the music sequencer. I suppose I could use I could use the sine wave sound effect, but that would make people's ears bleed. I'm exaggerating, but still though, I don't want to use that if I don't have to. So if I said beat those the sine waves, there's this level that used the sine wave. So technically this could work. Like that's the entire reason why I use the music sequencer. So I could get like eighth notes and quarter notes and all that. Okay, yeah, it hurts my ears. Yes, the only way to get. B, that's how the sound effect is supposed to sound. Oh yeah, and I should make it so that when you press L1, it like resets it. Look at that sound. I'm gonna just add like a quick thing so that when you press it, I'm gonna add a organ here. So I'm gonna add a sequencer. I'll probably need a battery. Like, okay, I have a feeling I'll need batteries. I forgot what we were doing for a second. We were making it so it resets. So when you press L1, it should reset. And then after that, it should activate. Let me just change this. This is PS3 or PS4. This is PS4. My copy of LBP3 on PS3 is broken. Or maybe I just gotta try it on a different PS3. But like, yeah, this is PS4. So right now I'm just making the emote. Let me show you what I have so far. I tried doing with the music sequencer. That was my first time using the music sequencer. Because normally I would make music as LBP3 1. But yeah, that's how it turned out so far. I'm just trying to get it to play multiple times right now. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing, like, I did the sound effects. Now I just have to bug fix it. Okay, so this should work. Okay, that works. I think I'm gonna make it reset slightly faster though. Alright, there we go. And I just added the music sequencer because I don't know how to get rid of the delay. Like, that's why I'm using this instead. I started with this because I don't really know how to use the music sequencer. I mean, I thought I didn't, but like, I did some stuff with it. But like, it's like a delay. So if you know how to get rid of the delay, let me know. I don't see an option for it in here. But like, it like plays after a delay. I don't know if it has to do with the beats per minute. But like, there's like a slight delay. So I had to use this instead. But like, I already have the notes for like the sound effect. Alright, and let me show you what we made earlier. We made this thing from Animal Crossing. I mean, all of this is from Animal Crossing. But we made this thing where you could eat fruits. So eating fruits is for destroying rocks in one go. Because normally, when you destroy a rock, well, that's what happens when you have one fruit. I wasn't planning to demonstrate that right now. Let me sit on the toilet to get rid of that. Okay, so if you don't have any fruits in your thing, then it spawns in a point bubble, which you can't collect in create mode. But if you eat at least one fruit, then it will give you like super strength, which allows you to destroy the rocks instead of just getting a point bubble from it. Let's say you eat a bunch of apples and then you're like, oh, I don't want to accidentally destroy the rocks, so I'm just trying to harvest the point bubbles for them. So if you accidentally eat a bunch of apples, you can just get rid of the extra energy by sitting on the toilet. So I have to, let me fix the broadcast chip so it only detects me when I'm in this layer. So if I set it to 0, that should, okay, yeah. Now I'm gonna copy and paste these apples. Okay, so if you try to eat more than 10, but yeah, I won't let you eat it past 10. Someone suggested that I make Psycho explode, but apparently the destroyer does not work on characters. It like, my Psycho like glitched out and spawned somewhere else when I did the destroyer effect on it. Evan said hello, I saw the notification for this and completely forgot about it. Also, I have to go again for a while. Oh, alright. Well, thanks for joining. Let me show you what we did so far in case you didn't catch that part. So, what we did was we made it so... Let me copy and paste this a few times actually. Alright, so I'll do the full demo of everything that we did. And then I'm probably gonna end stream in a little bit. But I made it so when you hit the rocks with the shovel, it drops point bubbles. But if you eat a fruit, it gives you super strength, which allows you to destroy rocks instead of just getting point bubbles from them. So now we could destroy this rock and then destroy that rock. But this one, because we only have one fruit, or we have 0 fruits, it just gives us a point bubble. So also, if you eat apples, but then you decide, oh, I don't accidentally want to destroy the rocks, you can sit on the toilet to get rid of it. And then I made some dialogue happen when you try to eat more than 10. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. I'll sit in the toilet to reset it, and then I'll show you the emote that I made. I made this surprised emote, but that's all I had time for, since I want to end stream, so I could get ready for school, which is on Tuesday. But yeah, the second thing we made today, we just finished it. I couldn't figure out how to get the music sequencer working because there's like a delay. I wanted to do the sound effects with the sound objects, but I couldn't find one that sounded good. The music sequencer, I found a sound that sounded good, but there's like a 2-second delay. So that's annoying. If you know how to get rid of that delay, let me know. But here's what it looks like. But yeah, the second one is the music sequencer. But yeah, you press L1 to emote, and it plays a sound effect. And then you could run around to get rid of the emote, or you could just activate it again if you want to play it again. Well, yeah, if you know how to get rid of that delay, I don't know if it has to do with the beats per minute, but like on the sequencer, there's like a signaling delay. I don't know how to get rid of it because I never used the music sequencer. I don't think it has to do with the echo time, but if it does, I'll test it out. Okay, yeah, that's not it. That's the time how long it echoes, but other than that, I don't see like a setting for getting rid of the delay, so I assume it's just a feature that you gotta deal with or whatever. So that kind of sucks. I can't use the music sequencer for sound effects. And I use the sound wave so I can get like notes that are different lengths. So like maybe this would be like a 8th note, and maybe this would be like a 1/4 note, which I could obviously do in the music sequencer, although I don't really understand how it works too well. I tried my best with that, and I actually got something decent sounding. But yeah, that's pretty much all I made that's all I made today. And then I used the piano to like play it by ear. I don't know if you could look up the notes for the sound effects online, but I just played it by ear. And this is a piano that I got from LBP3 back when the server's up, and I just modified it. I was planning to use it in a video, but I didn't finish that video yet because I'm busy with school. I'll probably release it next year for Little Prince's birthday, since I want to focus on other videos after I get a new mic. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, the announcements. I'm only streaming once a month during the school year because I gotta focus on my grades. I got really good grades last year, and I want to keep it that way. But yeah, we did the food super strength. We did the fruit counter, which was made out of sticker panel. In case you weren't there for the beginning of the stream, sticker panel and the note tool set to signal strength. The super shovel, which we actually did last. So I'll talk about the toilet next. The toilet, we use a lot of tags and tag sensors for this. A tag and a remote tag sensor, specifically. But like, the toilet makes it so when you sit on it, it depletes your food strength, as well as actually using your power depletes it. And when you eat food, it increases your food strength. But yeah, the toilet is just a fast way to get rid of that. And then the super shovel is basically a shovel that destroys rocks if you have at least one fruit. We were gonna do more than one reaction. I said it depended on how was failing, and right now I just really need to get back to this project I was working on, like this art project I was doing, and I have to do other stuff too to get ready for school. But anyway, we did the surprise emote, and someone requested that I make the sack boy explode when he eats more than 10 fruits. We did that, but like it was like glitchy. Like apparently the destroyer does not work on the broadcast shape. At least not in create mode. I don't know what would happen in play mode. I don't want my profile to corrupt, so I didn't test it out. I might test it out some other time, but not today. And like I said earlier, during the school year, I'll be streaming once a month, so I could keep up with my schoolwork and my grades. So my next stream will be in September. I can't even stream next week if I wanted to, because I'm going to like a dinner. It's gonna have like really good food. It's like a birthday dinner that one of my dad's friends is having, and I know their family could cook. So yeah, I'm definitely going to that. But yeah, my next stream will be in September. It will most likely be music themed, either like a music playlist or a music maker. So like either SoundCloud or something like GarageBand, or like those things for you. Not GarageBand, but like, and not exactly SoundCloud, but it will be somehow music themed for September. But yeah, I don't know when that stream will. I'll make an announcement. I still have to do my thank you for 650 subs post, so I'll mention it there. So yeah, thank you everyone that joined the stream, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, or a good rest of your night, or whatever time of day it is for you right now. So yeah, thank you, and bye, and thank you for joining.